Hey guys, welcome back to Young Business Coach YBC. In this topic, we are going to teach you about problem solving and decision making. So let's get on. Now, what is it? A process, 7 steps that provides a rational and analytical way of looking at decisions. Now, decision making process. Identify the problem, collect relevant information, develop alternatives, evaluate each alternative. Select the best alternative. Implement the decision. Follow up and evaluate. What is the problem? A discrepancy between an existing and a desired state of affairs. And identifying the real problem is no easy task. Problem identifier. What are surrounding circumstances? And is there more than one way to resolve the issues? Maybe. Alternatives developed. Identify the strengths and weaknesses of each alternative. In select the one that best addresses the salient discrepancies. Make a decision. Implement the decision and the steps necessary to ensure correct timing and execution. Follow up and evaluate results. Decision rules. Expected value analysis. It permits decision makers to place a monetary value on the various consequences likely to result from the selection of a particular course of action. Also, decision tree. Encompass expected value analysis by assigning probabilities to each possible outcome and calculating payoffs for each decision path. Decision tools. Marginal analysis. Analyzing decision in terms of their incremental costs. MIS, a mechanism to provide the manager with needed and accurate information on a regular and timely basis. Now, decision making styles. Everyone brings out their own unique personalities and experiences to the decision they make. Notwithstanding, however, the decision style model outlined in your text has identified 4 principal styles. The decision style model assumes that people differ along 2 dimensions: their way of thinking, how they process information, tolerance for ambiguity, how clear does everything have to be. Now, directive. Low tolerance for ambiguity, seeks rationality, efficient and logical, makes quick decisions, short-term focus, no analytic, high tolerance for ambiguity, requires more information, considers more alternatives, careful and adaptable. Now conceptual, very broad in outlook, considers many alternatives, good at finding creative solutions, focused long range, behavioral, work well with others, considered with achievements of subordinates, receptive to suggestions, avoids conflict, seeks acceptance. Ethics in decision making. Common rationalizations. It's not really illegal or immoral. It's in my organization's best interest. No one will find out. Since it benefits the organization, it will be protected. Everybody does it. Now, different views of ethics. Utilitarian. Decisions are made solely on the basis of the outcomes, the greatest good for the greatest number, right views. Decisions emphasize respecting and protecting the basic rights of individuals. Justice view. A view that requires individuals to impose and enforce rules fairly and impartially so there is an equitable distribution of benefits and costs. Advantages. Provides more complete information, generates more alternatively, increases acceptance of a solution, increases legitimacy. Now disadvantages. Time consuming, minority domination, pressure to conform, groupthink, ambiguous, responsibility. Tends to be more accurate, more creative, more acceptable, more time consuming. Now, special techniques: brainstorming, nominal group think technique, electronic meetings. Now, stay with the status quo. Change as little as possible. Delay and avoid making the decision. Choose the first likely solution. Encourage the considered and thoughtful decision making where all of the alternatives are given a fair and thorough read. Effective decisions. Resources utilized effectively. Time well used. High quality decision. Implemented by all group members. Problem solving ability of group was enhanced. Now, individual versus group decisions. Advantages of group decision making. Process gain. More likely to identify and reject incorrect solutions. More accurate memory of facts and facts events. Greater informational resources. Increased commitment for implementation. Disadvantages of group decision making. Time. Groupthink. Other effects. Group polarization. Groupthink. Syndrome of bad decision making. Here's a diagram. Now, group polarization. Group polarization tendency to shift forward toward more extreme positions after group decision. Risky, neutral, cautious. Now, group decisions. There are two groups, group number one and group number two. They all consist of different numbers from rows and columns. Now, 7 methods of group decision making. Decision by authority without group decisions. Decision by expert. Averaging individuals' opinions. Decision by authority with group decision. Decision by minority. Decision by majority. Consensus. Decision quality versus time needed. Highest decision quality, lowest quality time needed. Selecting the appropriate method. Guidelines for effective groups. Ensure decisions are made using the appropriate method. How do you select appropriate method? Brom-Yaton model. Select the method that allows you to make best quality decisions that will be accepted by group members in the time allowed. Now, Brom-Yaton normative model. You are the head of a personal department which reports to the company president. The president has asked you to make recommendations on how to change and update the performance appraisal system. You're not sure about the approach to take. Your specialty is selection and you desire more information on performance appraisal. Fortunately, 3 members of your staff are experienced with the various aspects of performance appraisal. However, they rarely agree with each other on the best way to achieve something when it comes to performance appraisals. Fortunately, of this project, these employees will not implement their recommendations. Now, factors hindering group decision making: lack of group maturity, social loafing, free riding, defensive avoidance, groupthink, poor conflict management, egocentrism, lack of heterogeneity, premature closure, lack of individual incentives. How can what do you call it? Now, considered and thoughtful decision making: defining problem, gathering information, force field analysis, formulating and considering alternatives, potential pitfalls, failure to identify the alternatives, premature elimination of alternatives, pressure for conformity, lack of inquiry and problem solving skills, lack of procedures to aid analysis, deciding on a solution. Summary: groups have advantages over individuals in making decisions. Groups must work hard to leverage these advantages. How decisions are made impact: quality, acceptance, implementation, amount of time needed. Thoughtful decision making requires the groups using these steps: defining problem, gathering information, formulating and considering alternatives, deciding on a solution. Thank you guys for listening to my speech. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with everyone. Um, this was YBC Business Coach, and I will see you guys later. Stay tuned for my other videos. Thank you and bye.